think I think we're back and running. I hope. I pray. If not, I'm in serious trouble. I'm in serious trouble anyway. All right, there we go. So yeah, I meant to ask because I don't know Shrek the musical. I meant to ask what was the answer to the Shrek question. I had to turn it off right before that one. Okay, we're back. We're running. We're doing something. I don't know what we're doing now. I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm totally lost. It's a state of being around here, folks. It is a state of being. Thank you, folks, for sticking with while I was getting Streamlabs back up. Uh, you hope, you pray, I delay. Yes. I hope, I pray that something works right just for one night. Just for one night. That's all I ask for. Okay. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, providing my PowerPoint doesn't crash, which I cannot guarantee. If my PowerPoint crashes, it's going to be a rough night. See, it's already taken forever to load. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, to start things off, we are looking for the hands list. And yes, these are plural. We are looking for any word or phrase that contains the word hands in it. That took 11 extra minutes. See, I was ready at 5:30 and I got postponed till 5:41. Just my luck, right? So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the timer started right now. Manos, the hands of fate. Not there. Um, so tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to try to do Panel Quiz Attack 25. If you are interested, it'll be for 4 players directly on the channel. I've made some adjustments to it so that it plays more like the real game. It's something that I've been meaning to run for a long time, and I just hadn't gotten around to doing it. I grabbed the lemon one. Okay, I'm going to let you know. White Claw is okay in certain flavors. Lemon is not one of those flavors. That's the problem when you pick up like the mix pack. You never know what you're going to get. I got a taste of nothing, but my lips just want to pucker. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we will be running till about 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, I forget. And then we will send you guys back over to LK for trivia night number 2. What do you mean help? We were helping with helping hands. Labyrinth wall hands. Not there. Surprisingly, not on the list tonight. And you guys will have to forgive me if I seem a little off. I'm thinking I'm starting to get an abscess in the jaw. It literally hit out of nowhere yesterday. I felt fine going to bed Friday night, Thursday night. I got up Friday and I was like, my jaw just kind of felt stiff, and I was like, right there. I just feel like it's like deposits or something. But that's just me. But that does not stop my talking voice. So you guys can put up with my talking voice, my singing voice, my not so singing voice, my Tom Hanks voice. You can put up with Paul's voice instead. Oh, Paul says he's not coming in. Oh, and one other thing I am doing to let you guys know. Idle hands do the devil's work. Not on the list tonight, MWG. Not on the list tonight. Hands Across America, not there either. And you guys know I got a ton of prizes to give out, and I'm getting to the point where it's hard to choose what to put in the prize pile. So I am going to be bringing back the treasure hunt. This will be for whomever wins a game. It's not tonight because it's not finished. I've got to reload all my prizes. Nah, I would have taken do the devil's work, Spock. I would have taken devil's work if it had been idle hands. Uh, yes, hands will be plural in every one of these. There will be no singulars, no outside the box ones tonight, MWG. So hands will be there. They may find you handsome, but it's best if they find you handy. Um, so one thing I am bringing back is treasure hunt, and basically what that will be is a huge list of every prize with the exception of the current vault prize, or maybe the possible vault prizes. And I'm going to stick one in every treasure chest. So think of this as let's make a deal. Hands free, not there. Ooh, I don't like number 8. Number 8. Number 8 will there's going to be a variant from what the computer gave that I'm going to accept. More hands make the work go quicker. Yes, they do. We actually got most of my backyard cleaned up today. Two of us. Well, actually, one of us. I made him do most of the work. Um, but multiple hands is always a good thing. He's got the whole world in his hands, but he didn't make the cut tonight. Oh, deckhands, not there. So anyway, I am going to be bringing back the treasure chest or treasure hunt in probably about a week. I'm thinking it's not a hard one to program, where every item will be in a treasure chest, and that's large, small, mid, everything. And we're going to show you how many treasure chests there are. Right now, I think there are 49. But that's just one rack of stuff, which is scary. Um, then whoever wins the primary game, we're going to pitch to them. They can choose hands on. I cannot take it. Guapo is too non-specific. Volunteers hands up. Many hands make the work go faster. All hands on deck. So what it's going to be is we're going to give you, you're going to have your choice of a treasure chest. I'm not going to know what's in the treasure chest. I'm going to be like you guys. However, I'm going to try to buy that treasure chest back from you for whammies. So it'll be up to you to decide whether or not you want to buy or sell or keep or sell your treasure chest back. My goal will be to keep as many prizes as I can within reason. Your goal will be to try to clean me out of prizes. And then whatever's in the treasure chest you will get. Now I will warn you, like I said, some treasure chests will be nothing but small prizes. Some treasure chests will have large prizes. Some treasure chests might have a cat in it. All hands to battle stations. All hands to battle stations. Klingon alert. Klingon alert. Um, and we're going to see how it goes. We're going to see how it goes. But once a decision is made, it's made. It cannot be swapped. So if you get a small prize, you can't say, oh, can I have the whammies instead? No, that's part of the game. They don't give up the zonks or don't give the zonks back, and let's make a deal. So it's one of those that are in process. Um, Hopefully, you guys will like it. It'll add a little mystery and effort to the prize piles. Sit on one's hands. Not there. Poker hands. Nope. Let me see. Show of hands. Not there. Hands where I can see them. That's right, because I don't trust any of you. So get those hands where I can see them, Guapo. Schrodinger's cat in the treasure box. Yeah, pretty much. Put your hands together. Not there. I can show you one at least. I don't want to know where the other one is. I was watching QI today, and I nearly lost it. Okay? They show off they'll bring out. I don't like Sandy on QI. I don't know what it is. She doesn't have the same charm that Stephen Fry had. So she hands out this object to the four panel members, and basically, Kat, what are you doing up there? And she basically says something along the lines of it's a musical instrument. And one of them takes it, starts blowing on it like it's a musical instrument, but it's not for your mouth. Oh my God. The show, you could see everybody on the podium just stop. It was absolutely hilarious. I think he nearly ow. This is where my jaw hurt. I know there's an ulcer there. He just stops and starts to stand up and put it behind him. And it's like, no, not that kind of show. But for a moment, you almost thought it was a butt whistle. Just for a moment. You're in good hands with Allstate. And no, that is not a plug for the show. Leave it in my hands, not there. Put yourself in my hands. Nope. Cold hands and warm heart. I could use warm feet, warm hands, and warm everything else because my heater is like not warming up my studio. It's like being very, very finicky. It's like I almost want to move like all the way over here and turn myself this way so I can put my feet under my heater because that's where all the heat is literally sinking. Hands of a clock, not on the list tonight. Hey, ask how you doing tonight. I did see one and I almost missed. See, this is why I pay attention to old chats. My hands are tied. Goes to El Guapo. Hands of bananas. What I'm really wishing I had right now was some whiskey. Just so I can like let it soak in the ulcer. It would like burn for a second. And then I swallow it. The seltzer's good, but it doesn't have the same what's the word I'm looking for? Anesthetic effect. Wait till I get my hands on you. How'd you know, Guapo? How'd you know? Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. One hand, two hand, three hand bunch. Yeah, it does hurt still. So, like I said, if I'm a little off tonight, I apologize. Like I said, Slav started it, and then it kind of kicked in after the effect. So tomorrow, we are still going to try to be on. If Bubbles doesn't talk me into doing Among Us. We are going to try Discordian games tomorrow. So we're going to try Linga. We're going to try You Don't Say. I forget what the other one was that I'm going to try. Oh, Definition, maybe. Idle hands are the devil's playground are not there. Spot Guy's hands in the cookie jar. Try single, Guapo. Hands down winner, not there. Should be Magpie. I thought. There we go. Another one I'll have to edit for multiple answers. Ah, Golden Hands. I kind of like that one, but doesn't make it. And again, I apologize if I'm a little off tonight. Wash your hands of magic hands, hand of God. No, Sarita, they will all be plural tonight. So it's hands of God. If that was up there. No singles on the list tonight. Full house hands, not there. No, don't worry. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, I am. Hmm, I have no idea what that is, but that hurt. That's probably the ulcer. 10 hands high. That's a big horse if it's 10 hands high. In your hands, bluff your hands. I call. Show your hands. I got trance. What's good? Hmm. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem at some point. I can feel it. I'm thinking the seltzer was a bad idea. A shoe of hands. Alright, so the show may be shorter than I want. Because, yeah, that is starting to hurt. Something fierce. Yeah, I got a feeling this was a bad idea. I'm trying to numb it, is what I'm trying to do, and it's not numbing it. Blood on your hands. Hands across the sky, hands on the clock, farm hands. That's what I should have done, Sarita. Is I promise I don't think I got any lemons in the house. Out of my hands to throw hands, not there. Like I said, I was doing good with the soda and the energy drinks. It wasn't doing anything. And then all of a sudden, it just kicked in right after I started drinking the seltzer. Keep your hands off me. Da, 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 da. Oh, you did trance. I apologize. All right, so number 3 goes to trance. Wash your hands. Edward Scissors hands. Hands down. Not there. Idle hands. Not there. Hands off the merchandise. Licky but don't touch. Hans Christian Andersen. Not there. Aw, thank you, Guapo. I appreciate that. My hands are shaking. Check your hands. Hands in your pocket. Steady hands of a surgeon. This is not what you want to see your surgeon do. Welcoming hands. You make me wish I had 3 hands. Benny. Oh, okay. From Mars. Hands off the snap. Get your hands dirty. Hands up. Mine have been right here in my lap the whole time. Put your hands up, clap your hands, raise your hands. All good ones, but not on the list tonight. Hands to yourself. Again, I couldn't give hands on to one person. I need something more than hands on. Yes, they are all plural trans. There is no single. Single, 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 single. Hands on your head, hands on the table, hands on approach, hands on training. Give me 1 minute, guys. Played right into my hands. All hands on deck. I like that one, but it's not there. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back. I got to go look up something. All right, I apologize, folks. And I did see one. Good with your hands, or good with my hands. I would have taken either or. Hands on the buzzer. Nice, nice one, Brian, but not there. All right, so we're down to 5. We are halfway through. Hands where I can see them, hands free. Look, Ma, no hands is number 4. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss any. Cool hands, Luke. I just saw that one. Okay. I am caught up. Melt in your mouth, not in your hands. Well, I'll tell you what, since you need one, I'll give you an extra pair of hands. How's that? Hands to the running back. I think somebody's on a Super Bowl kick. Hands are registered weapons. I wash my hands of him. I never wash my hands of anybody that comes in and enjoys the show. MWG. Baby hands. Many hands make light work. All employees must wash their hands. Take the law into your own hands. And get marked as a vigilante? No, thank you. Hands speak louder than words. 2 left hands. The hands of God, not there. Hands across America. Winning hands down. Healing hands, not there. I need to check something before I forget. My hands are all... Hey, that's a legitimate one. Hands of stone, not there. Cold hands, a warm heart. Show your poker hands, please. All hands on deck. Bloodstained hands. Put your hands where my eyes can see. All right, let's see. Nope, nope. Like I said, number 8 I don't like. And I'm probably going to pull it out of the list after the show. Change hands, hands and gloves. Keep your hands to yourself. Money changing hands, hands at your side. Oh, it's all plurals, Twisted. All the hands in the statements are plurals. Escaping the hands of justice. I want to know when season 3 of The Boys is coming back on. Because somehow I know Homelander is going to escape the hands of justice. Hands of the enemy. Use both hands. Your hands should be at 12 and 2, or no, 1 and was it 1 and 11 or 10 and 2? You had it right in my hands. You might have asked. So again, I've given out one clue tonight so far on this list, and that's hands-on is not specific enough. Okay? In my hot little hands. My hands are registered lethal weapons. Hey! Hands down. So again, you got to use the plural, Aaron. In good hands, both hands on the wheel. Hands on the prize. Oh, I like that one. Got hands on your hips. I like that one. Hands on the Bible, not there. Steady hands, a helping pair of hands. I'm trying to figure out why this quote is in here this way. Oh, because there's a. I see what it is. Keep your eyes on the road, your hands upon the wheel, and your feet on the brakes. Rubbing your hands with glee just from evilness. Because I can be an evil person. Hands of an angel, hands up, don't shoot, not there. Caught with your hands in the cookie jar. And that's why you got slammed down on your wrist, twisted, and you had to go to the hospital. Take hands. Rub your hands together and start a fire. It's a Boy Scout trick, right? You take the stick, you just. Hey, J Rod, what's good? I'm trying to do a show. It's hard to do right now. Hands-on learning, joined hands on prayer. Problem is like I got an ulcer in my mouth. And I'm wanting to how guys, if you ever get one, you want your tongue to like kind of like smooth it out, but it only makes it worse. That's how I'm feeling right now. I keep making it worse. Hands on the pulse of America. I'm hoping it's not one of those. It's in a word number. He actually only started one game his first year. Thankfully, nobody put one, and even though it's spelled out, played right into my hands. Now, see, Twisted, you should get number two. Talk with your hands. I do that all the time, especially if I have something in my hands. Then I talk with my hands a lot, and I have no Italian in me whatsoever. Oh no! I never said giving it to you. I said you should get it. Yeah. Like I said, I knew 2 weeks ago my team was in trouble. I admitted it. Because, like I said, it's hard enough beating a team twice in a season, much less 3 times in a season. I need to start. I need to start a program. Hold on. I'm going to admit, Kansas City. I'm not a Kansas City fan, but I'm gonna root for KC. Again, here's why. As a New Orleans fan, there are 3 teams you are required to hate, and Trent can back me up on this. You must hate the team of Atlanta. I was never a Rams fan. You must hate the team of Tampa Bay. You must hate the team of Dallas. You can tolerate Carolina. You can get mad at them for taking like Sam Mills, but you can tolerate Carolina. But Atlanta, Tampa, Dallas, you as a New Orleans fan, you must hate those 3 teams. But no, I was never because I relocated Guapo. I was a New Orleans fan since '72. And I've told this story before, okay? But when I was like when was 72 is 5 years old. I just turned 5. Okay? I had my baby brother, and we were living in Chicago. So I hated everything, or we were living in around Chicago. I think we were living in Indiana. So I hated everything about Chicago. No offense to Chicagoites. So I get to see my first ever football game is Chicago versus New Orleans. That very game was the first game Archie Manning ever played for New Orleans. And I loved what he did on the field. And from that point on, because A, he beat Chicago. B, I had a baby brother from the Chicago area. C, the Saints won. So I was a 5-year-old bandwagoner. From that point on, I was a New Orleans fan. Time is up, ladies and gentlemen. Time is up. Okay, because we were not looking for any singulars. We were looking for all plurals. And I told you guys you were off by a little bit with just hands-on. The reason I say that is because you had to define hands-on. The problem was everybody took it to be hands-on this or hands-on that, rather than the basic, simple, have somebody lay hands on. So we were looking for lay hands on. Now, number 8, there's a word actually missing. So when you see it, it may not make sense. But it is a legitimate statement. No, nobody put the word lay, Trans. I saw hands on about 6 times. I saw hands on, just hands on about 6 times. Bum, 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 bum. If to lay hands is in there, I will give you credit. Let me look. I see idle hands, let something slip through your hands. No, you put going hands on. I see a going hands on. And that's as far back as it runs. Let me see. If anybody can go back in the chat and prove it for me, I will take it. But I did see hands on from a few people as first guesses. Number 8. And again, when you see it, it may not make sense in the terms of the writing. It's supposed to say take something off your hands. Parentheses, like take blank off your hands. I did not see that one at all. And number 2, and I saw a bunch of people kind of circle around this, but never the exact phrase that I was looking for on the computer tonight. I saw fall into the wrong hands. It's fall into the wrong hands. Those were the 3 I did not see. So yeah, Trans, if you did it and it's in your chat and you can screenshot it, send it to me and I'll give you credit. All right. So we still got 7 out of 10, which is not bad. And Brian basically gave up his because I did miss Trant saying from my cold dead hands, but I did see it in the chat afterwards. So Trance will be getting a vault shot. Oh, just like that, Trance getting a shot at the vault tonight. So let's get the vault up there for you, Trance. And you get to take one wrong number off the board. All right, the blue dial it is. So coming off the blue is dun, 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 dun. We lose the 2. So we know the first number. It's a 9. What would you like for the second number to be, Trance? What do you hope the second number is? See, we're above 0.01%. That's always a good sign. All right, Trance is going for 9. 5. 4. 9. 9549 is the number. We lock that in. Is 9549 our winning number? Oh, it is not the winning number tonight. So the vault still closed for a little bit longer. And we head back over to the list. All right, who do we have? We had Ask with 2, Guapo with 2, Red with 1, and MWG with 1. I say we test our luck with the Canadian. What do you guys think? Look, Ma, no hands. So basically handless. Red gets 30 whammies. All right, now we got to do our doubles. We got Guapo with hands where I can see them, and my hands are tied. I don't know if I want to see that picture, Guapo, because I can get a very bad image. But Guapo's hands were tied. Is worth 45 whammies. And since we put his hands where we can see them, tied out right in the front. How long was 50 Shades of Grey? Had to be at least worth 1,000 words. Hands where I can see them is worth 40 whammies. Giving El Guapo 85 whammies off the board. And we turn our attention over to Ask. And it took a while for number 6 to come off, but I'm glad it did. I didn't think it was that hard, but again, we've done lists that don't seem hard when I'm looking at them, that are difficult, and then we get the ones I think are going to be really hard, and you guys blow through them. So Ask said he'd like an extra pair of hands for 35 whammies because he's really good with his hands for 35 whammies. So 70 whammies. For Ask. Nicely done. And that leaves us with MWG, who said he's in good hands. You're in good hands with Allstate. I think I could do those commercials. What do you guys think? I can lower my pitch just a little. I can't do the gecko thing. At least I don't think I can. I had somebody tell me that I reminded them of it once, but I'm like, no. And in good hands, MWG gets 35 whammies. So unfortunately, no one-player game tonight. And no small prize. The one-player game was fall into the wrong hands. Oh, the small prize went to Trans. Like I said, if you can find me a screenshot, I'll give you the small. And take something off of your hands is, ooh, just 5 whammies for I think is the toughest one up there. I will say that's the toughest one up there. Damn. All right, I need to check something else before I forget. And this is on the wrong 4-letter word. This should be on that one. I just noticed it. I just noticed that. Well, I'll tell you what, Trent, if you are interested, I will give you first opportunity to be the player in the big game tonight. If you are interested. Because tonight's big game, ladies and gentlemen, is Panel Quiz Attack 25. There we go. And resize that. This is basically a game based on Othello or Go. And I wish I had the sound effects for this one. Alright, why are my audio or my visuals not playing? So I did change up some of the rules. Oh, that's why. 3. Show all. Let's do that again. I did change up some of the rules to make it more like the game. Why is it keep sticking that wrong square in the middle that it should not be there? I swear I just fixed that like a moment ago. Oh, I know why. Hold on. I need to take this square out. Let's see if that fixed it. All right, so basically, it is first correct answer is the only one we'll take. You play the game much like the game of Othello or Go, where as long as when you place a token on the board, you either have to pick a square that's associated to a color or connected to a color, or if you can make a capture, you have to make a capture, or if you can set up a capture, you have to set up the capture. All right, so I'm going to get the questions loaded. All right, trance is in. So we're going to put trance. Can't remember what your icon is named. I'll go with trance for the moment. Mark is in. Ask is in. All right, I'm looking for one more player, ladies and gentlemen. One more player. Now, it used to be if you weren't the first answer, your other players could steal the question after you. We're not playing it that way. If you can't get it on the first answer, that question is a moot point and it is gone. Okay? I will show you the correct answer. All right, Brian is in. Cool. Thank you, Brian. It's just in chat, Mark. First correct answer in chat. Or I should say first answer in chat. Ask, do I have a character for you? I may need to use the new one that Red gave me for you. Let me check and see. No, I don't have one for you, Trance. Cool. All right. I'll have to steal one of the others and make it a double. I'll find one of the cowboy ones for you. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the first question. We do show you multiple choice, so that will help you out. If you get it right to start the game, you will control square number 13. If you miss the question, you are out for 2 questions. The computer should keep track of it. It usually does. So if your character disappears from the screen, you are not eligible to answer. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, for square number 13, ice skating Olympic and movie star Sonia Henney was born in which nation? Was she born in Denmark, Sweden, Norway, or Finland? Trant says she was born in Denmark. Is he right? No, it is not. So, the correct answer would have been Norway. So, Trance, you are wallied out for the minute. So when that white light comes back on, you will be eligible to answer a question. All right, square number 13 again, folks. A tropical woody vine covered with barbed hairs that can cause severe itching is known as cowslip, cowage, cowrie, or cowpat. Oh, Brian in first and says it's cowrie. Is he right? No, it is not. So Brian gets wallied for the question. It was actually cowage. It is known as cowage. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Next question on the board. Trance is still out. Brian is out for one. Back to the board so I can reset the questions. We are still looking for square 13. So this is for Mark and Ask. What is the first bridge that is passed under in the annual Oxford-Cambridge boat race? Is it Crossley, Hammersmith, Chiswick, or Barnes? And Trent, you are still out on this question. You will be in on the next one. Mark and Ask. Question is for you. Give me a minute so I can get my timer up. No guess on this one. Yes, you can pass, and you are not locked out if you pass. Mark says it's Hammersmith. Is he right? It is Hammersmith. So we go back to the board, and Mark gets square number 13. All right. Trance, you are back in on this question. Brian, you are still out. Your next question. It's shocking when you realize the electric chair was invented by a person of what profession? Is it a dentist, car repairman, proctologist, or door-to-door salesman? So, Brian, you are still out. Mark says it's a dentist. Is he right? He is right. So, Mark, we go back to the board for you. And which square would you like? Number 18. I see the logic in that one. All right, everybody is back in for this question. In which novel would you find prisoner 24601 and Inspector Javert? By having the most squares at the end of the game, Ask. Brian says it's Les Miserables. And it is Les Miserables. All right, so we go back to the board. So, Brian, I know, just so happens to come up after an LK question. All right, Brian would like number 23. So 8 is in play for Brian. Everybody is back in for this question. What sporting event did Howard Cosell call a blood event embodying the two principal characteristics of our time, swiftness and violence? Did he say it was the Summer Olympics, the Thriller in Manila, the Super Bowl, or the Indianapolis 500? Brian says it's the Thriller in Manila. Is he right? No, Brian. Locked out again. He called the Indianapolis 500 the blood event embodying swiftness and violence. All right, so Brian is out for this question and the next one. And here is the question. What year was the year that the day the music died? Was it 1964, 1967, 1972? Mark says it's 1959. And it was 1959. So we go back to the board. And Mark, would you like 22 or 24? Those are your only two legitimate options. $24 it is. All right. All right. Brian's still locked out. He's needing some help from the crowd for somebody else to beat Mark to the question. And here is your next question. The origin of the phrase eating humble pie, when a proud person comes to public shame and must acknowledge wrongdoing and ask forgiveness, derives from an humble pie, an humble dish prepared by common folk in medieval England for their tables. What exactly are the humbles? And Mark says they are the internal organs of an animal. Is he right? They are. They are pretty much the leftovers of any animal from medieval times. And that means Mark has to take square 22, and that gives him 22 and 23. All right, Brian, you're out. Nope, you're back in on this question. That's right, you're back in on this question, I think. Which landmark structure was designed via mathematical equations provided by Hanskeri Bandai? Was it the Eiffel Tower, the St. Louis Arch, the Sydney Opera House, or the Washington Monument? Mark says it's the Arch. And it is the Arch. So we go back to the board. And which square would you like, Mark? You can't set up a capture because there's nothing else up there. So any square that a blue is already connected to. 21, good call. Corners are so valuable. Corners are always valuable. All right, everybody's in. Your next question. What Natalie Wood Warren Beatty movie featured Hollywood's first French kiss? Was it Lilith, Splendor in the Grass, The Roman Spring of Mrs. Stone, or All Fall Down? Brian says it's All Fall Down. Is he right? No, which means Brian is wallied out again. The correct answer would have been Splendor in the Grass. Ask, I gotta go. What comes up on my screen? It's got Brian's in first. All right, Brian is locked out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your next question. Li Qiang, former governor of Shanxi, China, was famous for having eyes with 4 pupils, lacquered toenails, ivory teeth, or 112 Siamese cats. Li Qiang, former governor of Shanxi, China. Trans taking a chance and says he had 112 cats. Are we right? No, which means Trans is locked out at the moment. The correct answer would have been eyes with 4 pupils. It's believed that he was supposed to be a twin, but something happened during his childbirth. That's what it is believed. That's why they said he has 4 pupils. All right, so Mark and Ask. This question is for you two. Algology is the study of Al Gore, Algeria, algorithms, or algae. Mark says it's algae. Is he right? He is right. It is algae. All right, Mark, which square would you like? I will be surprised if he does not take the one I think he's going to take. $25 to complete the bottom row. All right, we are 7 questions in, or 7 correct questions in. Trance is still locked out. Here is your next question. Which member of the British royal family is the author of Budgie the Little Helicopter children's books? Is that Diana Spencer, Sarah Ferguson, the Queen Mother, or Meghan Markle? Mark says it's Fergie. Is he right? He is right. It is Sarah Ferguson, Princess Fergie. All right, Mark. Which number would you like? Number 9 is available, yes. And we have a water spout. We have a water spout on the board. All right, Trent, you are back in. Next question. Who is considered the first animal movie star? Was it Lassie, Rin Tin Tin, Benji, or Bonzo? Brian says Rin Tin Tin. It was Rin Tin Tin, and Brian is on the board again. So, Brian, you have to set up a capture. All right. And that is a valid spot to set up a capture. And it's a corner. Mark took a gamble with 9, and it paid off for Brian. All right, folks, your next question. This part of the broccoli plant is the edible portion. Is it the root, the leaves, the stem, or the flower? Mark just beating Brian in to say the flower. And it is the flower. Officially, I probably should have taken stem as well. But I know the basic one is the flower. All right, Mark, you cannot set up a capture. Where would you like to go? At least my mouth's not hurting now. Number 19 is a valid number. So number 19 to Mark. For trying to protect his corner down there a little. And everybody is back in for this question. Which of the following characters has not used the superhero identity of Dr. Fate at some point? Khalid Nassar, Todd Rice, Hector Hall, or Kent Nelson? Which of the following characters has not used the superhero identity of Dr. Fate? Again, if you don't know, you don't have to answer. A pass does not lock you out. I just have it on a minute timer because I never know how bad the lag is in chat. If we were doing this on Discord, it'd be about 15 seconds. Mark is going to take a chance and say Todd Rice. Is he right? He is right. Mark knowing his superheroes, apparently. I did not know that one. Or I don't remember that one. All right, Mark, which square would you like? Number 7. Going to try to get to that other corner. All right. Next question on the board. In 1888, in college football, Yale University Bulldogs had 13 consecutive one of these. Was it losses, fumbles, shutouts, or rainout cancellations? Brian says they had 13 consecutive losses. Is he right? No, it is not 13 consecutive losses. They actually had 13 consecutive shutouts, and it is still a record today. They would win games 6-0, 9-0, 3-0, but they were still officially shutouts. It happens, Ash. Trust me. If you ever join on Bash's channel and they're doing Panel Quiz 20 Attack 25 and Clive's playing or Procyon's playing, you will not beat them to the buzzer. I guarantee it. All right, we go back to the board. Brian is locked out for 2. Here is your first question. The lagoon, that is the creature of the Black Lagoon, is adjacent to this river. The lagoon, that is the lagoon of the creature of the Black Lagoon, is adjacent to this river. Is it the Mississippi, the Snake, the Amazon, or the Orinoco? Trent says it's the Amazon. It is the Amazon. And with that, Trance, you are on the board. I think the only square you are not eligible to go after are 1 and 16. Anything else will set up a capture. One and 16 are the only two you cannot go for. All right, number 8 it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your next question, Brian, you are still locked out. Which New York City borough would be the 4th most populous city per 1999 stats if it were to be made into its own city? Is that Long Island, Queens, Brooklyn, or Manhattan? Mark says it's Brooklyn. Is he right? It is Brooklyn. You would think Manhattan, but they don't have a large residential population. If it was during business hours, it's Manhattan. But for residents, it's Brooklyn and Brooklyn only. All right, Mark. You have to take number 3 because that is a capture. And we have a Holy Cross. All right, Brian, you are back in on this question. And ignore the panel attack question comment. What company's Quattro power tool gave Bob Vila wannabes a jigsaw, a drill, a screwdriver, and a sander in one gizmo in 1998? Brian is in first and says it's Craftsman. Is he right? No, it is not Craftsman. Brian wallied out again. It was Black & Decker. It was the Black & Decker Quattro. All right, we go back to the board. And the next question for everybody but Brian. Which is considered the rainiest state in the United States? Florida, Hawaii, Washington, or Alaska? Mark says it's Hawaii. Is he right? It is Hawaii. Hawaii is considered the rainiest state in the United States. All right, Mark, where to next? And I think you are eligible to take any square on the board. Number one, locking in the corners, but we still do have a panel attack board still available. 5, 9, 10. So we got a few questions to go to get to it. All right, guys, your next question. This most populous island in Canada contains landmarks such as St. Joseph's Oratory, Bell Center, and McGill University. Is that Ellesmere, Baffin, Montreal, or Vancouver? Trent says Baffin. Is it Baffin Island? No, not. It is not Baffin Island. It would be Montreal. Montreal is considered the most populous island in Canada. All right, Trance is locked out for 2. Everybody else is in. And here is your next question. In Hotline 1982, Linda Carter, aka Wonder Woman, is a volunteer at a crisis center, but she also has a part-time occupation as a what? Is it a hotel desk clerk, a bartender, a nurse, or a taxi dispatcher? Brian says it's a taxi dispatcher. Is he right? No, he's not. So Brian wallied out. She has a part-time job as a bartender. She has a part-time job as a bartender. So Trance and Brian are locked out for this question. Mark and Ask, this one is for you. My Summer in a Garden, humorist C.D. Warner, said this makes strange bedfellows. Is it love, war, truth, or politics? In My Summer in a Garden, humorist C.D. Warner said this makes strange bedfellows. Mark is going to say politics. Is he right? It is politics. All right, Mark, which number would you like? $17. Oh, there is something he doesn't know. Ask. You can get in there. Trust me. And like I said, it doesn't hurt to guess. That's why it's multiple choice. Is in case you see an answer you like, you can type it in. Well, thank you for that, Purple. I greatly appreciate it. All right, your next question on the board. Brian is still locked out. What principle says every employee tends to rise to his level of incompetence? Is it the Peter principle, the Paul principle, the Prince principle, or the perfect principle? Mark says it's the Peter principle. Is it the Peter principle? It is. It's from Dilbert's Douglas Adams. Or not Douglas Adams, Scott Adams. All right, Mark, what number would you like? Number 2. Number 2 is yours. And we are going for the dumbbell look, I think. All right, guys, your next question on the board. Who famously quipped in the 1988 U.S. vice presidential debate, "Senator, you're no Jack Kennedy," to his opponent? Was it Al Gore, Ralph Nader, Dan Quayle, or Lloyd Benson? Mark says it's Lloyd Benson. And it is Lord Benson. All right, we go back to the board. And Mark, what number would you like? Number 4. Well, I'll tell you what, Ask. I can try another version of this afterwards, but it will involve the web buzzer, and we can see if that makes any difference. All right, everybody in. Next question on the board. Who was the first African American invited to dine at the White House? Is it Martin Luther Jr.? I should say Martin Luther King Jr., Ralph Bunche, George Washington Carver, or Booker T. Washington? Brian says it's George Washington Carver. No, it is not Carver. Brian locked out. The correct answer would have been Booker T. Washington. Would have been Booker T. Washington. And we go back to the board. All right, we are still 1, 2, 3, 4. We're still 3 questions away from the panel quiz question, or the attack question. And here is your next question. The Brooklyn Dodgers, the Cleveland Indians, the Boston Braves, or the Philadelphia Athletics? The first American team to integrate was this team's minor league team in Nassau, New Hampshire. The first American team, and it should be baseball team, obviously, to integrate was this team's minor league team in Nassau, New Hampshire. Ask says it's the Cleveland Indians. Is he right? No, it is not Cleveland. So Ask is wallied out. The correct answer was the Brooklyn Dodgers. Branch Rickey basically integrated his minor league team 1 year before he integrated the Brooklyn Dodgers with Jackie Robinson. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your next question. Brian, you are back in. Uh-oh. Back to board. Don't tell me I ran out of questions. I know I didn't. There we go. People may know that Citizen Kane's 50,000-acre estate was called Xanadu, but it is located in which U.S. state? Brian says California. No, it is not California. His $50,000 is a 50,000-acre state was in Florida. It was in Florida. Back to the board. All right, Trent, you are back in. San Francisco was the setting for it in the movie, but it was somewhere around north of Tampa, I think. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your next question. Ernest Hemingway put a lot of his loves into his novels. Which love did he put into Green Hills of Africa? Was it bullfighting, boxing, big game hunting, or deep sea fishing? Trent says it was big game hunting. And it would be big game hunting. Nicely done, Trent. But every one of Hemingway's books seemed to be about one of those 4 things or World War One. World War One. All right, Trent, you get to put one on the board. Let's see. 6, 12, 16. So anything but 11 and 15 are available for you. Anything but 11 and 15. Because those do not set up a capture at the moment. Number 10 goes to Trance. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here is your next question for everybody but Brian. Who was the first person Mark Chapman informed on December 8th, 1980 when he said, "I just shot John Lennon"? Did he tell a police officer, a hot dog vendor, a taxi driver, or a doorman? Trance says it's a hot dog vendor. No, it was not a hot dog vendor. Trance locked out. The first person he told was a doorman. He literally, after he did it, he bragged to the doorman right by him, I believe, at the Waldorf. And literally said, "I just shot John Lennon." All right, we're going to go back to the board. Trance is locked out for this question. Everybody else is in. Which bird has 24 neck vertebrae, more than any other warm-blooded animal? Is it a buzzard, a goose, a flamingo, or a swan? Ass says it's a flamingo. Is he right? No, it is not the flamingo. Believe it or not, it is the swan. The swan has 24 neck vertebrae. All right, so this question will be for Mark and Brian. Oh, back to the board. Damn it. I always got to remember to hit back to board. Mark and Brian, what word from Lost Horizons did James Hilton introduce to the English language in 1933? Was it El Dorado, Shangri-La, Shambhala, or Arcadia? Mark says Shangri-La. It is Shangri-La. James Hilton basically created the term. All right, so with that, Mark, what square would you like? You cannot set up a capture, unfortunately. Number 14 it is. All right, Ask, you are still out on this question, unfortunately. Everybody else is in. What is the primary language of the nation of Moldova? Is it Magyar, Romanian, Romansh, or German? Brian says it's Romansh. Is he right? No! The primary language of Moldova is Romanian. All right, so Brian out for 2. Back to the board. Mark, Trance, and Ask, you are all back in for this question. In the logo for the TV hit Weeds, a cannabis plant is shown growing out of this letter in the logo. Is that the alphabet's 4th letter, the alphabet's 5th letter, the alphabet's 23rd letter, or the alphabet's 19th letter? Try the purple, it might work. Oh, and you have to put exclamation answer. Mark says it's the 19th. He says the cannabis plant is growing out of the S. Is he right? He is right. It is growing out of the S. All right, Mark. Which square would you like? Number 12 it is. And ladies and gentlemen, we are to the panel attack chance board. All right, this is square number 20. What this means is whoever gets the question right will then be able to turn one square their color. We do any flips, and then you change any one square of your opponent. So unfortunately, Brian, you're out at this question. So hopefully nobody will get it. Here is this question. Which movie star did jackass troublemakers pretend to violently kidnap on their final episode? Was it George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Jason Statham, or Ben Affleck? Which movie star did jackass troublemakers pretend to violently kidnap on their final episode? Mark said Brad Pitt. Is he right? It is Brad Pitt. So we go back to the board. So Mark, you have to place a square first. All right, we are going to place it number 15. And which one are we going to attack? And we are going to attack number 5. So, Brian, I'm back off the board, but there is still some opportunity here. It's going to take some work. All right, everybody is back in for this question. Ann Southern was the voice of a talking automobile on which TV show? Was it Wonderbug, Car 54, Where Are You, Speed Buggy, or My Mother the Car? Trant says Car 54. Is he right? He is indeed right. It is Car 54. So, Trance, you can take number 6 or number 20. Number 6. Why am I waiting a minute, Mark? Attack 5 means you turned it back. Hold on, let's go take a look. And Southern. I may have the question wrong. Hold on, let me see. Oh, I do have it wrong. It is My Mother the Car. It is My Mother the Car. So, it's alright. This is fixable. As one of those where the question probably just the answers got put out of order. All right, so we have to place Trance. That's weird. That's one of those I usually catch in my research. All right. So with that, folks, Trance is out for 2. And here is the next question. What determined a homeowner's tax in the 17th century? Was it the number of floors, the number of stairs, the number of windows, or the number of doors? What determined a homeowner's tax in the 17th century? Mark says it's the number of windows. Is he right? It is the number of windows. The more windows you had on your house, the bigger a tax you had to pay. So, with that, Mark will have to take number 5 because that is the only attack one. And that gives him number 10 as well. Yeah, Car 54 was a cop show. I don't know why I had that one in there. All right, what am I doing? Oh, back to the board. There we go. All right, your next question. And now it's almost a done conclusion, but we got to go through with it. In ancient Greece, if you threw what food item to a woman were you considered as proposing marriage? Was it a garlic, an apple, a potato, or an onion? And Brian says it's an onion. Is he right? No, it is not an onion. If you threw an apple at somebody, you were proposing. All right, Trance is still out for one. So we go back to the board. And the next question. The first digital computer was completed in 1944 at this university. Was it MIT, Harvard, Stanford, or Caltech? The first digital computer was completed in 1944 at this university. Mark says Harvard. Is he right? It was Harvard. So we go back to the board. All right, Mark, what square would you like? Number 20. All right, Trance, you are back in. I'm making sure I'm counting right. Yep. And your next question. She did not star in the movie 9 to 5. Would that be Jane Fonda, Rita Moreno, Dolly Parton, or Lily Tomlin? Trance says Jane Fonda. Oh, Jane Fonda was in 9 to 5. It would have been Rita Moreno. Rita Moreno was not in 9 to 5. And that one looks wrong too for some reason. Hold on. No, Jane Fonda was in that one. Let me double check. I gotta make sure. My classic ones always get me. Cast. Yep, Jane Fonda was in there. Okay, Jane Fonda was in there. It was Rita Moreno that was not. So unfortunately, Trance back on the Wally list. We go back to the board. And we're playing for bragging rights now, folks. Your next question. Why did it not? There we go. In which state did the Whiskey Rebellion take place when farmers protested a federal liquor tax? Brian says Kentucky. Is he right? No, it was actually in Pennsylvania. It was actually in Pennsylvania. That was the Whiskey Rebellion. All right. Next question on the board. Now, wait a minute. Throw that question out. Oh, I shouldn't have thrown that question out. Oh well, too late. What kind of candy did Elliot lure E.T. with? Was it M&M's, peanut butter cups, Jelly Bellies, or Reese's Pieces? This is for Mark and Ask. It was. Come here, mouse. It was Reese's Pieces, and M&M's basically turned down the offer. M&M could have done it, but they didn't want to have their movie do with anything with a science fiction film. All right, Mark, which board would you like? Number 11 it is. All right, everybody is back in except Brian. What was the first ever patented service uniform in the United States? Was it Pan Am stewardesses, Playboy bunny outfits, Marine Corps dress uniforms, or U.S. postal delivery men? What was the first ever patented service uniform in the United States? Trent says the post office. Is he right? No. It was the Playboy bunny. The Playboy bunnies were the first ever patented service uniforms. Now, you may not argue they're uniforms, but I'll say they are. All right, back to the board. And Trent's out for 2. Here is your next question. What creatures were patrons encouraged to liquefy in a blender in a Danish art exhibit in 2000, earning the museum a $225 fine? Were they goldfish, worms, mice, or cockroaches? What creatures were patrons encouraged to liquefy in a blender? Brian says cockroaches. Were they cockroaches? No, they were not. They were goldfish. You were invited to liquefy goldfish in an art museum exhibit. And they got in very, very big trouble for that one. All right, guys, your next question. Mickey Mouse made his screen debut in this year. Is it 1921, 1928, 1924, or 1933? Mark says 1928. And it was 1928. All right, Mark, which square would you like? Number 6. All right, we are playing for pride on this question, folks. Here is the final question of the game, or could be the final question of the game. The first Broadway show to advertise on television was Pippin, A Chorus Line, South Paradise, or The Wiz. So Brian is the one locked out still. Ass says it's Pippin. Is he right? It was Pippin. And Ask breaks up the perfect board. It's a reverse mini Pac-Man tonight. Nicely done, Ask. You got one to finish it off. I'm proud of you. Seriously. I will tell you, Pippin ain't easy. I have played games in the chat where it has been a near complete shutout. You'll have one person with 23 or 24 boxes, one with 1, and the other 2 will get shut out completely. But nicely done, senor. All right, Mark, congratulations, my friend. That means. And I had something picked out for this one. I got to go see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. You're going to have to give me a minute because it may not be here. I may have given out the first one, so I'm going to use the fallback one, I think. Let me double check. Yep, okay, this is the fallback one. Which is going to be hard for me to ship, just so you know. Actually, I think I've got a box this might fit. I used to have a Naruto one, and I was going to do the Naruto one. But my Naruto one has gone out, I think. I'm double checking just to see if I'm incorrect. So Mark, you will be getting, since it involved samurais, and I don't have Naruto, it is going to be that silk screen print right there for you. That is, and I don't know I don't remember who it is from. It is not Chun-Li, I know that. But yeah, if I still had the Naruto one, I was going to give you the Naruto one, but I think I gave that one out already. But yeah, this one is now yours, my friend. Ta-da! So let me get this folded back up. And I got to make sure this one is in a safe place from the cat, because every so often she looks at this one and I get scared. So give me 1 minute. Because your box is right here waiting to get shipped. But this will force me to change your box. Because it does not fit in there like a perfect item. But yes, I'm getting closer to actually shipping boxes on a regular basis. I'm making progress. I promise I'm making progress. All right. Whew. It is 7:30. I think. Let me go look and see if he is on yet. He may not be on yet. We'll find. If he's not on, I want to test something. Nope, he's not on yet. Ask if you got a second. I need you and Mark to test something for me. I want to test a little something here. All right. I'm gonna put this in Quiz Bowl mode and create no room. If you guys have access to a web page for me, or if you have access to your web browser, let me know. Quiz Bowl, blah, 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 blah. You want the system to keep score? No. I have no idea what that one is. Hey, South, how you doing tonight? No, not Trivia Workshop tonight. G8KV7. I want you guys. I want you two to try something for me. Go ahead and go to that site for me. And we're gonna test a little something real quick. Oh, no www. Sorry. It's just Game Night Buzzer. And then the room code is G8KV7. That's right. I forget it works a different way. So ask him, Mark, if you guys can do this for me. I want to check something. It's got to load. Because I'm looking at it. Yes, it is a real website. GameNightBuzzer.com. Because we've used this a bunch. Alright, go ahead and put in that room code. G8KV7. Mark, if you can do me the same, I'd appreciate it. Nope. G8. George 8. The number 8. K is in kilo. V is in Victor. And the number 7. Okay, there we go. Purple is in. Let me know. I'm waiting for Ash to get in. So you just go to GameNightBuzzer.com. And it is not a secure site. I'm wondering if they changed it up. Yeah, if you put the S on it, it won't take. It's not a secure site. And then the room code is George 8 KV7. That's weird. I don't have to do that for some reason. Unless it's just cashed in. Alright, I gotta ask him purple. You guys will do for me. Alright, ask. When you see it say the buzzers are available, I want you and just you to click. Okay? It should say the buzzers are available. Alright, that one worked. Alright, now, anybody that's in there, try it. Hey, it's working. See, ask. So if I had done the buzzer page, I think you might have had an advantage. I was waiting to see if Mark would get in there to help me test it, because Mark was the one that was beating everybody in the chat. Click to reset. All right, and let me close out panel quiz. All right, so we got a choice. You guys want to try this one again on the buzzer system, or shall we try a different game on the buzzer system? Oh, you know what I can do? I know what I can do. Because I know it's ready. At least I think it's ready. I hope it's ready. Let's do some old school. We'll do some old school gaming. Wait for it to open. If you are interested, it is going to be on the buzzers. Let's do some old school Jeopardy. We haven't done Jeopardy in forever. We have not done any Jeopardy in ages. Let me go find my categories. If you are interested, speak up and let me know. I assume Kegler's interested because he's in the buzzer room. If you are interested, you are going to go to you're going to go to that website. You're going to go to this room. All right, so we are going to put Kegler in. We're going to put Ask in. What is yes? Purple, you interested? I will take up to 8 players for this game. Yes, I know. It's a little different from Jeopardy. And I'm going to bring that down a little bit so we can all see it. Anybody else interested? Feel free to speak up now. All right, South, I will put you in. So far we got South, Kegler, Ask, Purple. Anybody else interested? Waiting for South to get in on the buzzer site. All right, your first round questions are military technology, big cats, 1959, Hitchcock, actress directors, and Canada. All right, I am going to make sure the buzzers are reset. Yep, the buzzers are reset. And as since you were the first to volunteer, I'm going to let you choose the category and the amount. All right, Canada for 6. This entertainment company acquired the exclusive licensing rights to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police in 1999. This entertainment company acquired the exclusive licensing rights to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police in 1999. Let me know if the buzzers aren't working. Purple, you are in first. No, it is not Paramount. This entertainment company acquired the exclusive licensing rights to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. No answer. Oh, Kegler, you are in. And don't forget, questions. It is, what is Disney? It is indeed, what is Disney? There we go. And we go back to the board. All right, Kegler, where are we going next? Canada for 8. This Canadian province is sometimes referred to as the Million Acre Farm. This Canadian province is sometimes referred to as the Million Acre Farm. Purple, you are in first. Yeah, he did. I just reset it. No, it is not British Columbia. Anybody else want to try? Kegler, you are in. No, it is not Alberta. We reset the buzzers. Ask. No, it is not Saskatchewan. South, you want to take a shot at it? No, buzzing in twice, Ask. It was... What is Prince Edward Island? What is Prince Edward Island? All right, we go back to the board. Kegler, you are still in control. Canada for 1,000. She was the first female governor of Canada. She was the first female governor of Canada. Ask is in. No, not Margaret Thatcher. She was the first female governor of Canada. Kegler, take any chance. It is. Who is Jean Suave or Sauve? I forget how to pronounce that. All right, Kegs, where are we going next? Canada for 4. During World War II, Canadian troops were primarily assigned to this beach during the D-Day invasion. During World War II, Canadian troops were primarily assigned to this beach during the D-Day invasion. Rebel, south. No, not Utah. Anybody else want to try? Ask. It is Juneau. The majority of Canadian troops were assigned to Juneau Beach. All right, Ask, where to next? Let's finish off Canada. Aye, folks. For 200, here is the question. Mikhail Baryshnikov defected from the USSR in 1974, but not while in the United States, but while in this Canadian city. Kegler. It is Toronto. He was in the. He was Ah, crap! And I just hit the wrong button. Damn it! All right, hold on. I hit load board instead of back to board. Give me a minute. I got to put that in a different spot. All right, Kegs, where to next? $19.59 for 200. And here is the question. May 29th, this World War II hero forms a new French government. Ask, you are in. Need an answer, ask. Who is De Gaulle? I am going to be generous since I am not a stickler for spelling. It is who is Charles de Gaulle? All right, we go back to the board. Where do we go next? And everybody's just like, no, we can't accept that bad spelling. And now my jaw's not hurting anymore. So where to next, ask? Big cats for 1,000. And here is your question. Pookie the Lion, Marilyn Monroe, White Fang, and Blacktooth were ingredients in his TV show stew. Oh, I didn't reset the buttons. My bad. Pookie the Lion, Marilyn Monroe, White Fang, and Blacktooth were ingredients in his TV show stew. Ooh, no buzzing in on this one, huh? No buzzing in on that one. It was who is or what is the Soupy Sales Show? There's a little bit of pun on that one. I will admit it. All right, ask, where do we go next? See, I figured 30 seconds is more than enough for somebody to buzz in. I like that pun. I like that pun. All right, Big Cats 4-8. The name of this wild herb, dandelion, comes from the French meaning for this body part of a lion. The name of this wild herb, dandelion, comes from the French meaning this body part of a lion. It should say the wild herb. Ask, you are in. What is a mane? No, that is not what we are looking for. Anybody else want to try? The name of the wild herb dandelion comes from the French meaning this body part of a lion. Purple is in. It is the tooth. The tooth. It is indeed the tooth, and purple on the board. And we go back to the board. And where to, purple? I will give it to you. If we were doing this on Discord, I'd be a little more of a stickler. If we were doing it on Discord, I'd be a little more of a stickler. The tooth. Every lion has a tooth. Military Technology Force 6. And here is your question. The launching of this naval vessel started a race to produce turbine-powered, all big gun warships. The launching of this naval vessel started a race to produce turbine-powered, all big gun warships. Yeah, like I said, if we were doing this on Discord, I would be a little more serious. Purple is in first. Hi, Mr. Quiz. How are you doing tonight? So we're waiting. No, it is not the Bismarck. Anybody else want to try? Time's running out, though. It's basically, just so you guys know, 1 minute from the moment I read the question. So if you buzz in with like 30 seconds, you have 30 seconds to get your answer in. It was, what is the HMS Dreadnought? The HMS Dreadnought. All right, back to the board. All right, Purple, where are we going next? And if you guys, I can squeeze some people in late. If you are interested. Well, let me get this. Room code is G8KV7. All right, where was I? I was over here. doing military for 8. All right, here is your question. This English artillery officer was responsible for the earliest development of military rockets in the 18th century. This English artillery officer was responsible for the earliest developments of military rockets in the 18th century. Ask is in first. All right, no answer from Ask. Purple, I'm going to count your buzz. Oh, who is Goddard? No, it is not Goddard. Purple. Hey, NB, what's up, my friend? It is. It is William Congreve. And with that, purple gets on the board. NB, I will throw you in. Give me a second to get your character in there. All right, purple, where to now? Military for 1,000. All right, and here is your question. This sub and later engine attachment was developed by a Dutch sailor in 1933 when he used it to supply air to sub-diesel engines via a tube. This sub and later engine attachment was developed by a Dutch sailor in 1933 when he used it to supply air to sub-diesel engines via a tube. Kegler is in. Ask, you left the buzzer room. No, it is not a fallopian tube. Bonus points for goofiness. It was plain and simple. The snorkel. The snorkel. All right, purple, where to next? $19.59 for 600. And here is your question. May 12th, Elizabeth Taylor celebrates her fourth different marriage, this time to this singer. Elizabeth Taylor celebrates her fourth different marriage, this time to this singer. Nobody gonna buzz in? Time is up. Who is Eddie Fisher? Eddie Fisher. Back to the board. All right, Purple, where to next? I figured 30 seconds should be more than enough for a buzz-in, just so you guys know. Big cats for 4. All right, here is the question. Like domestic cats, but unlike other big cats, mountain lions can do this. Like domestic cats, but unlike other big cats, mountain lions can do this. There's Ask. Welcome back, Ask. Time is up. They can. What is purr? Mountain lions are the only ones that actually purr. All right, Purple, where to next? I wish I had something other than like seltzer. Ow! Ow! Hitchcock for 6. All right, here is your question or your answer. In Alfred Hitchcock's great thriller, Rear Window, Jimmy Stewart's character had this fitting occupation. In Alfred Hitchcock's great thriller, Rear Window, Jimmy Stewart's character had this fitting occupation. Kegler is in first. No, not a seamster. Anybody else want to buzz in? Oh, South left. All right, South, have yourself a good one, my friend. And so my question asked is, just as you guys have seen through half of this, do you think PQ or panel quiz would have been better off if we'd gone on the buzzer game. It was a photographer. Jimmy Stewart's character in Rear Window was a photographer. All right, back to the board. Purple, where do we go next? No, because like I said, I want to make it fair for everybody. So it's like, if the buzzers make it a little more fair, then I'll start using the buzzer sites more. I don't want anybody to be hamstrung because chat is 7 seconds slower for them than somebody else. I know what you did. I know what you did. All right, so officially, from here on out, any games we do that involve speed answers, we're going to start using the buzzers regardless. So basically, buzz in, you get recognized, then you answer. All right, military for 4. I've used it off and on South, and it's like, I've always used it for Jeopardy. The oldest still floating commissioned warship in the world today is this one, although it could never leave port. The oldest still floating commissioned warship in the world today is this one, although it can never leave port. All right, so from here on out, game night buzzer has to be used for any closed competitions. You guys heard it here first. Kegler in first. You get one you know, Sal, then you left, huh? No, it's not the Pueblo. Anybody else want to try to buzz in before the purple is in? I will give you a few extra seconds above the timer because you buzzed in before the minute timer was over. So waiting for purple. And Ask has buzzed in, so he will take a shot at it if purple doesn't give me an answer. No, it is not the Trincomalee. Ask. Get an answer in quick. Because Envy is right behind you. No, it is not the Arizona. Envy. There we go. It is the USS Constitution, which is still officially commissioned, but it can never leave the dock because it would just literally fall apart. All right, back to the board. Envy, where do we go next? Actors, actress, directors, that's actresses, just so you know, for 600. This actress started appearing in television shows when she was 7 years old. She turned her hand to directing in 1988, directing her first movie, Little Man Tate, in 1991. These are all actresses who have done directing. Kegler. No, it is not Jane Fonda. Anybody else want to try before the timer runs out? Ask. Ask, you're already in. Go. You beat Envy to the punch. It is Jodie Foster, my sweetheart. I've been in love with Jodie ever since I was a little kid. So Ask on the board. All right, Ask, where do we go next? Yeah. Shut up. I would have protected Jodie from John. I'm just saying. No, the first movie I ever watched as a kid where I got a crush on somebody was Jodie Foster in Candle Shoe. All right, Ask which category next. Sounds like a secret. Nah, not really a secret. It was like I even told my wife. It's like she was my first sweetheart. She really was. All right, Cats for Six. Here is your question. Roman slave famous for broaching a thorny subject with a lion. Ask, you are in, my friend. And the worst thing is, I don't think I ever saw her in Taxi Driver. I don't think I ever watched that movie whatsoever, just because I didn't want to break my opinion of her. It is Androcles. All right, Ask where to next. Because I think I would have been heartbroken if I ever watched Taxi Driver as a kid. Cats for two to finish off the category. And here is your question. You can view lions dining on wildebeest on your safari to this country's Masa Mari Game Reserve. You can view lions dining on wildebeest on your safaris. Ask, you are in, my friend. It is Kenya. There's 200 more for Ask. All right, Ask, where we go now? You're still at minus 1,800. Military for two. Finish off the category. This ballistic missile, fitted to submarines beginning in 1979, became the principal sea-based nuclear weapon of the United States. This ballistic missile, fitted to submarines beginning in 1979, became the principal sea-based nuclear weapon of the United States. Ask in first. No, it is not a Scud missile. Anybody else want to try within the next few seconds? Time is up. It's the weapon of the gods. It is the trident. The trident, what we were looking for. All right, back to the board. All right, Ask, where are we going next? Actresses for 1,000. This multi-talented songstress has been successful as a recording artist, an actress, and a director. And her directorial debut about an early 20th century Jewish girl who disguises herself as a male. Ask in first. That's a long question. It is Barbra Streisand. It is indeed Barbara the Nose. All right. Where to, Ask? We got about 30 minutes left at most. All right. Actresses for 8. So we're going to try to finish off this board just so I can clean out some questions. After acting on television in the 60s, her directing experience also kicked off in projects for television, but in 2000, this Best Actress winner directed the movie Beautiful. You lose it, Andy? You're still in there. G8KV7. After acting on television in the 60s, her directing experience also kicked off in projects for television. But in 2000, this Best Actress winner directed the movie Beautiful. Kegler. It is Sally Field. Or Sally Fields. Sally Fields. So Kegler getting that one right. And we go back to the board. All right, where to, Kegs? I think I saw you just come back in, NB. 1959 for 400. February 2nd, this young rock and roll musician gave his last performance before his untimely death. February 2nd, this young rock and roll musician. Ask in first. It is Buddy Holly. February 2nd, his last ever concert. Such a sad day. And you realize that was like just the wow, it was like last week or this week. All right, Ask, where to next? Actresses for 4. Part of an acting dynasty, she made her movie breakthrough at the age of 5, playing a little girl who put dress up clothes on a unique house guest. Her directorial debut was a 2004 documentary, followed by a successful film about roller derby. Kegler. I want to send this question to LK as one of his toss up questions. I love this question for some reason. It is Drew Barrymore who dressed up E.T. It was indeed Drew Barrymore. All right, Kegs, where to next? Kegler at minus 400, Ask at minus 600, NB at 400, Purple at minus 400. DC's close, folks. You're just on a Jane Fonda kick for some reason. 1959 for 800. Does Mrs. Kegler know about this unhealthy fascination? I'm just asking. 1959, January 5th. This clown of a character makes their television show debut. January 5th, this clown of a character makes their TV show debut. Oh, that's Mrs. Kegler's crush is Halle Berry? I don't blame her. All right, Ask, you're in. See, I will be honest. My crushes were Jodie Foster, Sandra Bullock. It is. Nice guess. Ask, it was Bozo. It was Bozo. All right, Ask, where to next? $19.59 to finish off the category. November 16th. This Rodgers and Hammerstein musical starts the first night of its very long run on Broadway. Halle Berry and Dana McKellar. Or Danica McKellar. Ask, you are in, my friend. No, it is not Oklahoma. NB, you are in. It is The Sound of Music, and the hills are alive. All right, NB, where do we go next? Rest in peace, Captain. Actresses to finish it off for 200. A favorite of Woody Allen's, she made her first on-screen appearance in Lovers and Other Strangers. Starting with TV directing, her first big screen movie she directed was Unstrung Heroes, but became the third generation of her family to win an Oscar screenwriting in Lost in Translation. Ask. And I did not know this about her until I looked it up. Yeah, Winnie Cooper. I will say Winnie today, yes. No, it is not Coppola. Ask. NB. No, not Coppola. Purple. You're in. I will say, like I said, the Danica of today, yes. The Danica of then, not so much for me. And I was about her age, I think. I think I'm about her age. No, it is not Diane Keaton. Kegler, you want to take a guess? It was Goldie Hawn. I did not know about that about Goldie. I did not know she was a third degree or third generation actress, and I did not know she wrote Lost in Translation or screenwrote Lost in Translation. Yeah, Sophia directed Lost in Translation, and she got the Oscar for that. But Goldie got the screenwriting one. And I think Sophia's only second generation. I think. I know that's a trick question of a ways of sorts. Ask. You are still in control. No, I'm sorry. NB is in control. I forgot who was in control for a minute. It's like it's not me. I have no control over the situation, Cotton. 800 for Hitchcock. This famed actress got her debut in Alfred Hitchcock's Trouble with Harry. This famed actress got her debut in Alfred Hitchcock's Trouble with Harry. Time is up. It was Shirley MacLaine. Shirley MacLaine got her debut in a Hitchcock film. All right, NB, where to now? Hitchcock for 1,000. The finale of Alfred Hitchcock's Saboteur takes place on this landmark. I know. I just saw him in. I forget what I saw him at. Ask where. Um. What did I just watch him in? I just watched him in something. Dun, 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 dun. No, not the Golden Gate Bridge. Coppola won for best original. I'll have to look at the question. I'll have to look at the question. Purple, you were in. I'll double check. I'll double check. Like I said, I don't know why I've got Goldie Hawn in there because it's supposed. That question was not supposed to be a 200-point question because Goldie is one answer and Sophia is another. I'll have to look. No, it's not the Hoover Dam. Bum, 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 bum. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? That was Kegler. No, it's not Easter Island. It was, ladies and gentlemen. Saboteur finished on the Statue of Liberty. Hold on, let me go find this. Where? Give me a minute. I'm checking something. Okay, maybe it was supposed to be Coppola and my question got shuffled. Alright, so I will give everybody back. Let's see. Shall we give 200 back to Ask? We give 200 back to Andy. And just because of the question situation, I get 200 back to Purple. All right, back to the board. All right, Andy, you are still in control. Hey, if I only get one question totally wrong in a Jeopardy round, I'm happy. And it is your daily double. So, NB, you have 1,400 points. How many would you like to wager? You can bet up to 1,400. Or no, you can actually bet up to 2,000 because, yeah, if you don't have the max, you can bet up to the max. So you can bet up to 2,000. Two, four, six, or is it 1,000 on this board? No, it's 1,000 on this board, so it's 1,400 or up to 1,400. All right, he's betting 200. I just realized which board. I've got the numbers right in front of me, and I forgot what number it was. In Hitchcock's Marnie, NB, what color this color upsets the heroine? So yeah, he could have gone up to 1,400. In Hitchcock's Marnie, this color upsets the heroine. No, it is not green. It is red. Red upsets Marnie. And we go back to the board. And our final... Ooh, I gotta fix that. Ah! Hey, I found a bug. This country was the setting for the 1939 Hitchcock film Jamaica Inn. Kegler is in first. No, it is not Jamaica. This is the reverse of a dirty quick trick question. Ask. No, it is not the U.S. Anybody else want to try? Purple. Purple still beat you to it twice. Third time's the charm. You win in that one. Yep, we know the buzzers work. Purple gonna take a guess? Or do we take off the point? It is. I will give you Britain. It is what is the United Kingdom? Purple scores on that one. So we go back to the board. And after finishing the board off, ladies and gentlemen, our big winner with 1,200 points, NB9. Congratulations, NB. Second place goes to South at minus 400. We have a tie for third between Purple and Kegler at minus 16. And Ash bringing up the rear with 2,000 in the hole. All right, guys. I'm getting hungry. So we're going to wrap this up. We're going to send you guys over to LK. He should be streaming by now. And if not, shame on him. Because I know I'm running late. Get over to the stream manager. We will be on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Discord night in particular. So if you guys do not have Discord, get Discord. Join us on Discord. We are definitely going to do You Don't Say. We're going to try to do Lingo. And we may try to do one trivia game. And like I said, officially from here on out, trivia games will always involve Game Night Buzzer. Just so you guys know, I think it works better and gives everybody a fair shot. So with that, we are going to send you guys over to Liquid Courage. And we will see you guys tomorrow. So until then, folks, have fun. All right, come on, Lurk Alert. My Lurk button didn't come up. I can't do alert. Try running that quick. Let's try it one more time. If it don't work, we'll do it manually. Do it live? Yeah, you know I could. Wait, let's do this. We go back over to the base layout. But I got to get over to the right screen. Oh, I don't think is he running? He's got to be running. Oh, he's going to throw me off completely, ain't he?
Seleucid Empire, forgive my pronunciation, which was formed by the partition of Babylon after the death of which emperor? Everything I've learned about Hanukkah is from Rugrats. I need to know a lot more Hanukkah. I will be bluntly honest with you. My best friend in high school for like the first half of my high school experience was Jewish, and I just didn't pick up a whole lot beyond like what people normally know about Hanukkah with like 8 candles and dreidels and stuff. I will absolutely acknowledge that I don't know that stuff. You are, that's true. Last call from Elephants and Fields of Dreams. We're going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toughest question of the game so far. 17% of teams got this. Accepted this in a couple different forms. Kudos to Chalexis, Sleepy Sheep, and Just the Tip. As the Seleucid Empire was formed by the partition of Babylon following the death of Emperor Alexander III, or Alexander the Great, as he is most commonly known. So, yeah, Alexander the Great's death not so much associated with Hanukkah as much as the Seleucid Empire was formed as a result of his death. He's not doing a back baby's got it too. Question 17, brought to you by BDN in the category of Marvel? A notable meme extracts a scene from 2012's The Avengers, where Captain America says, quote, "I understood that reference." But within the context of that movie, the reference Cap understands is to what very famous film, which he had the chance to see a few years before he gained his powers? What film is being referenced when Cap says, "I understood that reference"? I'm not looking for the reference, I'm looking for the film it originates from. 50 seconds. No, this is a neat one. Good job, BDN. About half of our answers in with about 25 seconds to go. Wait, so if you learn everything you know about Rugrats or Hanukkah from Rugrats, does that just confirm that pickles are kosher? Five seconds left. You can groan at home on that if you want. Funnier, Lone Aussie and Fields of Dreams will give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 18 answers made it into me in time. I grade for the Crawl of Fame based on what comes in. 67% of you got it right. 12 teams. The reference, as Nick Fury mentions flying monkeys, was, of course, to The Wizard of Oz. Good job to about 2/3 of the class on that one. Not a bad get rate there, BDN. 67. Right in my personal, I like people being happy sweet spot. I didn't when I figured out why his brother was Dill. Chuck Yu brings us our next question in the category of theater. This is question 18 in our crowdsource game. This was going to be a before and after clue before I, Chuck, found out that it was a real thing. Jack and Algernon become lovers in what mashup of an Oscar Wilde play and the biography of an ambulance driver in World War I? Again, this was going to be a before and after clue before he found out it's a real thing. Jack and Algernon become lovers in what mashup of an Oscar Wilde play and the biography of an ambulance driver in World War I? This apparently exists. It absolutely exists. It is adult content, it looks like. But no, it's a real play. I'm going to be generous with one team and push a clarification out. Same rule for another team. Last call for answers. I do have 2 clarifications I'm holding on before I can close it. Just the tip, Funny or Dr. Evil, Nick of Time, Field of Dreams. We're going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm being kind. There are clarification requests out all over the place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out right now. I can only accept the correct answer here, but I'm being kind to a couple of you. Sleepy Sheep, I need that clarification. Thank you so much. As we close this out, remember the wording on this was going to be a before and after clue. Before he found out it was a real thing, this answer is very much a before and after style answer. And it is our first to hit the Crawl of Fame. Chuck, that is your second, I believe. The get rate is 53%. So let me make some adjustments here. Congrats to you, Chuck. Chuck, a member of the Trivia Writers Co-op. So kudos to you. I couldn't accept just the importance of being earnest, because the play in question is the importance of being Ernest Hemingway, which is literally a mashup of the importance of being earnest and that notable Ernest Hemingway work. I believe that one is Not All Quiet on the Western Front, the other one. Why can't I think of the name of it? Oh, I know. Not For Whom the Bell Tolls. Not All Quiet on the Western Front. It's the other one, yeah. Question 19, brought to us by Nick of Time. In the category of civics or herpetology? Farewell to arms. Thank you, Guapo. Name the reptilian scheme concocted by the U.S. Congress in 1985 to extend health insurance for recently unemployed workers. The importance of being Ernest P. Worrell, right? Again, I can't stress enough how arbitrary 50% is. In actuality, my goal get rate is closer to like 70. I want about 2/3 of teams. 2/3 to 3/4 of teams to get stuff right. I'm going to be kind and accept that. All but 3 teams in. If we ever get all 20 teams in, I'll close the timer a little early. Jeremy is already streaming, and your time is important to me. I wish I was funnier. It took a minute, but you got it. And last call for Fields of Dreams. We're going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I love the category names that you guys come up with. Nick of Time, civics or herpetology. A great one for this one. That reptilian scheme, concocted by the U.S. Congress in 1985, known properly as the Consolidated Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act, or in general parlance, COBRA. Yeah, once you're fired, you can apply for COBRA insurance. It's not the best or cheapest, but you get that. Jefferson Cobra Starship? Now we're just going off the rails. Question number 20 from Wildfire AJ. This one in the category of Indian politics. No idea how this is going to go. In what year did Indira Gandhi enforce emergency in India, to subvert democracy? Was that 1974, 1975, 1976, or 1977? And that is a proper, like, historical / political term, emergency. Refers to a specific period of a declaration of emergency in India. I'm going to give you guys a hint because I love you. It's 1970 something. Field of Dreams, just a few more moments to make a decision on this. And I think this is definitely going to play as one of those you didn't know it kind of questions. 3, 2, 1. 19 of you submitted in time. 26% of you were correct. This one played purely as a multiple choice question tends to. The emergency in India was concocted or enacted, depending on how you want to phrase it, in 1975, specifically June 25th of that year, continuing through its withdrawal in 1977. Lasted for just under 2 years, from 1975 through 1977. Fair enough, Guapo. Question 21, in the category of sports, and brought to you by Joe Casta. In baseball, what is the expression given when a player has a batting average at or near 200? Looking for a particular piece of baseball jargon / slang / terminology here. We'll give you about a minute to come up with it. Jenny, your answer has made me chuckle. I hate that I know this. I will say that it's a bit of baseball-specific terminology that has kind of crossed outside the context of baseball. Whether or not you've come across it, I can't necessarily say, but I have heard people use it in a non-baseball context more often than one would think. Yeah, I'll give you that. All right, last call from Rosie O'Donnell, Not Eating Elephants, and Field of Dreams in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 18 answers made it into me. 61% of you got it right. That is 11 teams overall, but only 18 submitted, which means to get right again. 61%. Not quite Crawl of Fame worthy, Joe, but a good question nonetheless. That term in baseball jargon is the Mendoza line. Mendoza, who had a career batting average of 214, round down, generally speaking, when referred to after the fact, to about 200. It's kind of the pinnacle of mediocrity, offensively speaking, in Major League Baseball. You got to hit above the Mendoza line, or you've got some problems. Definitely near my answer. Question 22 is the other one in this game from Joe Casta. How do you use it in a non-baseball specific context? Well, you know, if I have a round that like 2 of the 10 questions are good on, yeah, I wrote to the Mendoza line. It's just overwhelming mediocrity. It has also been referenced in How I Met Your Mother as the Vicky Mendoza diagonal. Question 22, again, from Joe Casta, but movies this time around. Of the 6 quotes from Casablanca on AFI's top 100 movie quotes, one of them was the inspiration for the title of what 1995 Oscar-winning film? Again, of these 6 quotes from Casablanca on AFI's Top 100 Movie Quotes, one of them was the inspiration for the title of what 1995 Oscar-winning film? Name that film. I don't necessarily need the full quote. This is what, our 3rd crowdsourced game? I think so. December, January, February. So we're 120 something questions in. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. About 16 of them hit the mark. Okay. We're pulling about 5, 6 a game. All right, last couple seconds here. I am holding on a bunch of answers. We'll give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 15 teams submitted in time. 5 teams were right. Nice job that he had it coming. Chalexis, Crowdsourced Hornets, Team Coast to Coast, and Just the Tip. One of these 6 quotes from Casablanca on AFA's Top 100 Movies Quotes list has the police inspector or detective, I forget the exact title, saying, "Round up the usual suspects." That is indeed the inspiration for the title of that movie that had Kevin Pollak in it. And that's all I'm going to say. Question 23 is Ginny's second Quadrivia-inspired question. Let's see how this one plays off. In 1998, after a year of forced suspension, Cale Sanderson won all 39 of his NCAA wrestling matches at ISU. What is the term for this forced suspension, which is used to hone an athlete's skill and is not, as its name might suggest, an enterprising death sentence? Best Original Screenplay, Best Supporting Actor. The Usual Suspects has earned 2 Academy Awards, so... Yeah, no, great wording on this one, for sure. Yeah, fair enough that you assume that. The question did not, as I'm sure you know, narrow it to Best Picture. I don't know, actually. I just pronounced it Kale. Alright, copy that, Bunny. Thank you for letting me know. Can somebody who actually knows confirm, is it pronounced kale, like the vegetable? I believe this was, at least in Quadrivia, a question courtesy of, oh, why am I blanking on his name? Cheyenne. Bunny, I don't think we've had your question yet. I don't recall it. 5 seconds to go on this one, though. 4, 3, 2, 1. 15 answers in, 11 were right. The NCAA process by which a player is forced to suspend for a year to hone their skill is known as redshirting. Kyle Sanderson. All right, thank you so much, Chaz. Get right on that. I've already forgotten if I said or not, but it was in the 70s. 73%, so nice and solid. Yeah. Enterprising death sentence. Fantastic way to clue that in. Penultimate question for the half, brought to you again by Gospodina. In the category of sports, the National Women's Hockey League Championship Trophy is the Isobel Cup, after Lady, I probably mispronounced that, so the Isabel Cup, after Lady Isabel Gathorne Hardy. What was Lady Isabel's maiden name? Yes, Zena, thank you so much. If you look at the question heading in the TrivNow app or interface, it will show you, in the category names, the name of every submitter. Again, the National Women's Hockey League Championship Trophy is the Isabel Cup, after Lady Isabel Gathorne Hardy. What was Lady Isabel's maiden name? Thirteen answers in, 25 seconds to go. Seeing a bunch of really decent looking answers here. I can understand why all of these were guessed. Last call from Funnier Elephants and Fields of Dreams. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 16 in. 8 were right. Gospodina, welcome to the Crawl of Fame. That one hit exactly 50%. For Isabel Stanley, Lord Stanley's daughter. As in the Stanley Cup. Good job to half our teams. Also, no, we can't do this right now. We're going to pause the music. We're going to do question 25, and then we're going to restart the sandwiches song for our 5-minute break. Question 25, brought to you by Bunny Warrior, and this one in the category of sports, specifically NASCAR, and apparently again, because they submitted more than one question. This NASCAR driver was the first of 2 to win 3 championships in a row. He was born into the family of a farmer, which is fitting for his nickname. I'll assume that is a typo. Oh, we're going to give you Ham in its entirety right after this, Guapo. Again, this NASCAR driver was the first of 2 to win 3 championships in a row. He was born into the family of a farmer, which is fitting for his nickname. Name that NASCAR driver.
Mm.
25 seconds left. 5 answers in. It's so quiet right now. All right, last call for answers from Funnier Dr. Evil, Elephants, and Fields of Dreams. You can answer your own question, by the way. I encourage it, frankly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 15 teams submitted. Bunny, I gotta be honest with you, this one did not hit that 50% goal we were looking for. It was an antisocial. We stumped the room on this one. Born William Caleb, better known by his racing name in the 70s, Cale Yarborough. I had to look up to figure out if he had another nickname or if it was just the fact that he went by the name Cale. And that, I believe, was the hint being included. So, didn't quite get to the 50% mark. A tough one for sure. But again, it depends on your mileage. NASCAR, very feast or famine knowledge-wise. Going into the half, Team Coast to Coast and Just the Tip, leading 19-18 over No Better Social Distancing and Chalexis, tied for third. Sleepy Sheep rounding out the top 5 at 16. We're going to take a 5-minute break and then come back to 25 more of your questions. After everybody stands up, stretches their legs, uses the restrooms, steps away from their devices, grabs another drink, grabs their credit cards if they are so inclined to continue supporting the stream financially. Bits, subs, our Patreon, links in the lower right-hand corner, etc., etc. Goal is to fill that goal in the upper right-hand corner every day, which is why I stream 9 times a week. We'll see what happens tonight, and thank you to Guapo